welcome to another exciting math lesson on fractions. We're doing lesson 8.3 today, and it is unit fractions of a whole. Looking at our Common Core standard, we're continuing to develop understanding of fractions as numbers. Our objective today is to use a fraction to name one part of a whole that it is divided into equal parts. So we looked at doing that on some of our previous lessons. Now we're just focusing on how to do that one part. In your essential question, you can go back and use your Unit 8 introductory flipped lesson. You could go back and listen to it and fill this one in. What do the top and bottom numbers of a fraction tell you? So we've done that over and over and over again. Each lesson has touched on it. If you want the actual definition, you could use your e-glossary, or you could use the introductory flipped lesson that's still on the webpage. Getting your brain warmed up for today. Looking at the problem of the day, Nicole is putting eggs into a box. She puts 8 eggs in each row. She makes 4 rows. How many eggs does Nicole put in a box? So she has 4 rows of 6. So you could draw 4 rows and count out 6. Or you could simply learn your math facts and know what 4 times 6 is and label it eggs. Get that brain warmed up and go ahead and finish that up. As we are looking at our math lesson today, we're going to use fraction and unit fraction as our vocabulary. I've split some of my pages up, so make sure you're following along carefully to know which page we're on. We're going to look at page 315, unit fractions of a whole. What do the top and bottom numbers of a fraction tell? So a fraction is a number that names part of a whole or part of a group. Okay? So a fraction is a part. Okay? In a fraction, the top number tells you how many equal parts are being counted. Okay? So how many you counted. The bottom number tells how many equal groups are in the whole or in the group. So this is your total number. Total number of things that you're counting. This is of that total how many are on the top. Okay? A unit fraction names one equal part of a whole number. It has 1 as its top number. 1/6 is a unit fraction. So any number that has a 1 on the top, 1/3, 1/4, 1/8, 1/6, any of those has the 1 on the top, so it is a unit fraction. Okay, so those are some of the vocabulary that we're going to use today. We talked about those on the unit introduction also. On the bottom of that same page, you're on page 315 still. I just broke it up so we could focus on that vocabulary and be able to draw back to it. Luke's family picked strawberries. I told you we were going to be talking about food like no tomorrow in this chapter. They used them to make a strawberry pie. They cut it into 6 equal pieces. Luke ate 1 piece, so 1 piece is going to be gone. What fraction of the strawberry pie did he eat? Okay, so here's your pie. We're going to find a part of it. Okay, so they drew the pie. They cut it into 6 equal pieces. Okay, and then Luke ate 1 of those pieces. So he ate 1 out of the 6 pieces. So he ate 1/6 of the strawberry pie. Remembering 1/6, since it has a 1 on the top, is called a unit fraction. Okay? So if they would have cut that pie into 4ths, and he would have eaten 1 of those, your total number of 4 goes on the bottom. He ate 1 of them. He would have eaten 1/4 of the pie. Okay? On the bottom, use a fraction to find a whole. This shape right here is 1/4 of the whole. Here are examples of what the whole would look like. Okay? So this unit fraction, this is 1 of them. That's 1/4. This is 1/4. This is 1/4. Okay? So you can put those 1 unit fractions together to make different shapes, and it's still a fraction because all of those squares are the same size. Okay? if you look on the next page, I didn't take a picture of it, but on page 316 at the top, it says, let's look again at the examples of using these squares. What other ways could you draw shapes? Okay. Share and show. What fraction names the shaded part? Okay. So first you're going to count all your parts. We have 3 parts. That's your total number, so that's your denominator. Put your fraction bar above it. How many pieces are shaded? I only see one piece that is green, so your shaded part is 1/3. Man, this is easy. I love this. Write the number of equal parts in the whole, then write the fraction that names the shaded part. So again, you're going to start by numbering. Okay, I have 6 equal parts. So the equal parts is going to be my denominator. Put my fraction bar above it. How many of those are shaded green? I see 1, so your fraction is 1/6. Yours will be written nicer since you don't have that big old fat marker with you. Number 3, start by numbering, counting your pieces. How many equal parts do you have? I have 8 equal parts. That becomes your denominator. Fraction bar on top. How many are colored? I have 1, another unit fraction of 1/8. Remember, anything with a 1 on the top is a unit fraction. That was that new term that even I wasn't sure of when we first started. Number 4, start by numbering your parts. I have 3 equal parts. That's my denominator. Fraction bar on top of it. How many are colored in? 1. My unit fraction is 1/3. Would you go ahead and finish number 5, 6, and 7? Start by numbering. I want to see actually on your journal page those pieces numbered. Super easy. We are going to be so good at fractions by the end of this chapter. When you go home and you tell your parents tonight, we are learning fractions, and you sound excited about it, they're going to think that you have lost your mind. Fractions used to be a scary thing for adults when we were learning them. You are going to learn them and master them so easily, it's going to be fun. Your next page is on your own, page 317. You're going to start by 8 through 13, looking at the equal parts, numbering them, and then you are going to write your fraction. Look at number 13. That one is a hot problem. I want you to look at it. How many pieces do you have? And then how many are colored in? On number 14 through 17, it wants you to draw the whole. So it gave you a piece of it. So this is 1 out of 2 pieces, so you need to draw the other piece. Okay. This is 1 out of 3, so how many total pieces should you have? Is 3. This is 1 out of 6, so you should draw 5 more pieces. This is 1 out of 4, so you should draw 3 more pieces. You're not going to do that right now. Let's skip this page and let's go on to problem solving. Use the picture for 18 through 20, and they are all food. We have Kyle's lunch. Kyle looks like he had a portion of a sandwich and a cookie. And Dylan's lunch, he had a portion of a pizza and a portion of a fruit bar. Number 18, the missing parts of the picture show what Kyle and Dylan ate for lunch. What fraction of the pizza did Dylan eat? So if we look at the pizza, we need to count how many pieces he had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 8 total pieces. How many did he eat was 1. So he ate 1 out of 8. So he ate 1/8 of the pizza. Same thing on number 19. What fraction of the cookie did Kyle eat? How many pieces of cookie should there have been? Is your total number your denominator? He ate 1 out of those 2, so he ate a half of a cookie. Number 20. Write the question. The answer is 1/4. So looking at those pictures of Kyle's and Dylan's lunch, what could you be asking to know that the answer is 1/4? First of all, look at the pictures. Are any of those cut into fourths? The only one that I see that is cut into a fourth is a fruit bar. So what could your question be? What fraction of the fruit bar did Dylan eat? He ate 1/4 of the fruit bar. Number 21. Dylan drew lines to divide the square into 6 pieces as shown. Then he shaded part of the squares. Diego says he shaded 1/6 of the square. Is he correct? And explain how you know. So looking at this shape and everything that we kept saying over and over and over and over again about fractions having to have equal pieces, could he be correct by saying he shaded 1/6 of that? Write yes or no, and then explain. Number 22, Riley's granola bar is broken into equal pieces. She ate 1 piece, which was 1/4 of the bar. How many more pieces does Riley need to eat to finish the granola bar? Draw a picture. So first we need to draw a granola bar. And it says she ate 1 piece, which was 1/4. So that tells me the total number of pieces I need is 4. She ate 1 of those pieces. So how many pieces did she need to eat to finish the granola bar? So it's going to be, your fraction is going to have 4 as a denominator. How many pieces are still left? And number 23, Mary shaded part of a rectangle. What fraction names the part she shaded? Remembering that your total number in your denominator is on the bottom, and how many is shaded, that should be pretty easy. And this was a super easy lesson again. Remember, you have animated math models, you have destination math, you have the fish for fraction activity game, and you have the literature pizza parts that will help you understand these even more. You have time to go back to do on your own, finishing this page up. And a simple journal question today, draw a picture to show what 1 out of 3 equal parts look like, and then write the fraction. Okay, that was a super fast lesson. I spitted that out in like 12 minutes. So if you have any questions or don't understand something, be sure that you go back to rewatch it. Looking at equal parts, because you don't have a fraction if it's equal parts. And I will see you for 8.4.